Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis appointed a new Surgeon General this week who is a little bit more in line with DeSantis' approach to the pandemic, which is to do absolutely nothing, because this new Surgeon General for the state of Florida, who will be serving for the next 2 years, doesn't believe that vaccines are really the best route to go. Dr. Joseph Lee Dapo, who has all the right credentials, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy went to Harvard Medical School. You know, he's been at the University of Florida. He was out at UCLA, cardiologist. The guy knows a lot. He's a smart guy, really is, but ass backwards, really, in the approach to COVID, because he has written an op-ed stating that, there's lots of adverse effects of the vaccines, and that he thinks that some of the counties that have seen a spike in COVID deaths are because of the vaccines, and he believes the best way to fight the pandemic is obviously to protect people over the age of 65, but for everybody under 65, no mask mandates, no vaccine mandates, just go out there, get the virus yourself, because he says natural immunity, of course, is the best path for protection. Here's the problem, though. There have been far too many instances of individuals getting COVID for a second time, multiple times. Natural immunity doesn't quite exist in the way that we would need it to in order for herd immunity to really take hold here in the United States. Now, don't get me wrong, there is great evidence to suggest that a previous infection does in fact provide protection against future infections, much like a vaccine, but also like the vaccines, it's not 100% effective, basically saying that you're never going to get it again. That's not reality. But it may lessen the symptoms. However, if you could go and get a shot, instead of having to potentially risk your life catching COVID, wouldn't you rather take the shot? I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? But this doctor, of course, DeSantis handpicked him because he wants to do what DeSantis wants to do, which is nothing, which is absolutely nothing about the pandemic, even though Florida is still getting ravaged. And I keep thinking back, right? Think back to July, okay? Ron DeSantis was watching Florida numbers increase. He came out and he did a press conference and he said, listen, this is because we got all these tourists down here and everybody's traveling and, Florida's the place to be. But trust me, in August, he said, once we hit August, those numbers are going to go down. Except they've continued to go up, and, we're approaching the end of September at this point. It's fall now and the numbers are still rising. It's not even like they went up and leveled off. They're still going up. And now you've got this Surgeon General who's going to back up everything you say, who is most likely going to end up being deposed in these bans on mask mandate lawsuits you're facing. He's going to give his nonsensical opinion, which actually goes against the rest of the medical community. And that's why you picked him. You picked him because you don't give a damn about the lives of anyone in this state of Florida, including the people who put you in office. And the saddest part about this, there was a story out actually yesterday morning about how Democrats are in a lot of trouble down here in Florida. Republicans are out raising them like crazy. They only have a 24,000 advantage in new voter registrations, so Republicans are catching up with them there. And of course, the Republicans in charge of the state are the ones who get to redraw the district lines. So even though DeSantis has been this terrible, even though the Republican-controlled legislature has gone along and given DeSantis the power to do nothing, they're probably still going to control the state after next year's midterms because they control everything else here. Florida's not a blue state. Florida's not a purple state. Florida's really not even a swing state anymore, folks. Florida's a red state. And it's time for people to wake up for that. And Ron DeSantis is trying to make sure that not only is it a red state, but it's the most anti-science state in the nation.